Good afternoon, Madam Kwok.
Good afternoon.
First of all, I would like to say thank you. It's such an honor to have you here with
It's an honor
us.
to be featured.
So today we would love to hear and discuss with you about the role of women in diplomacy and leadership and your perspective on their progress and contribution in different fields. As we all know, as the wife of the ambassador of Singapore to Indonesia, what key programs or initiatives are you currently focusing on?
So a lot of my time gets taken up with hostings at the residence, even if I'm not directly involved in the meal. And because Jakarta is such an intensive post for us, and there's always a really packed social calendar, it doesn't actually leave a lot of time for anything, for much else.
Yeah.
One of my greatest joys, though, is, and I can't call it a program because it's a long-term relationship that I'm building, but that's the volunteer work that I do with a yayasan called KDM, and that stands for Campus Diakonia Modern.
Yeah.
It's a non-profit organization for street kids. They provide shelter and education for the community's most vulnerable children. So they're located in Bekasi.
Yeah.
I go down and teach them English once a week. I've also been asked to be an advisor to the leadership. So I've taken them through a communications and strategy planning session.
As we all know, like, you hold an influential position in diplomatic community, right? And with this influence, what strength do you believe you bring to fostering stronger ties between Singapore and Indonesia?
So I think the question about this being an influential position is debatable. The role of the spouse is often either overstated or underplayed.
Yeah.
But it is true that we all work with a certain degree of influence. But I've come to realize over the years that it's not so much about roles, but about goals. So now I just try to set goals that I want in each post. And they don't have to be big goals. Can be just, being a friend to someone who needs one, teaching the class at KDM. And that's what I tell my younger colleagues as well, the ones who've, asked for advice, which is to say, just be yourself. Because they have strengths that I don't have.
Yeah.
And they can bring things to the table that I can't. So it's really just doing good wherever you're placed.
Yeah. Could you share one or two life values that you hold very dear to you?
I try to live authentically, meaning I try to be genuine in my relationships with people, and I try to live gratefully. The key word is try. I don't always succeed. But these are values that I try to exercise as part of being a Christian. So I try to be honest about who I am. I try to let my yes be yes and my no be no.
Yeah.
As for living gratefully and gratitude, I look back in my life and I just feel incredibly blessed. And it's out of a gratitude for what God has done in my life that I try to be a blessing in return.
And about your being inspiration, somehow we want to know who has been the most inspiring person in your life?
Okay, so this is going to sound very cheesy, and I know people might roll their eyes, but it's the truth, and I'm going to say my husband.
Okay.
Because you spend so much time together, your spouse is often the person who influences you the most. But I think a lot of the qualities that I admire in leaders that I mentioned earlier, I see that in him.
Yeah.
He has integrity and courage. And one of the things he's always taught me in every posting that we've been in is to try to leave the environment better than when we first arrived.
I'm going to ask you about your hopes and for the future Singapore-Indonesia relation during and beyond your time in this role.
I think relationship is very strong at the moment. And I would hope that what my husband and I are doing to build something that's also an affectionate relationship. We've both got new leadership in both countries. So I would hope for just a deeper understanding
Yeah.
And trust between both on a people-to-people level as well as between the governments.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much, Madam
Thank
Kwok,
you.
for sharing your wisdom and inspiration with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, we hope that your journey and your thoughts will inspire many women to continue making an impact and difference.
Thank you so much.
And we hope and we wish you a wonderful International Women's Day.
Happy International Women's Day to
Happy
you. To you all.
International Women's Day, and continued success in your diplomacy
Thank you so much.
mission here in Indonesia.
Thank you very much.
Thank you and see you soon.
See you soon.